Good afternoon, Roma ISD family and guests. We're about to start this meeting. It is now 12:04 p.m. and I call this special call meeting of the Roma Independent School District Board of Trustees being held this Monday, April 8th, 2024 to order. Let the record show that this meeting was duly posted according to the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. Agenda item number 1 is roll call. Board Vice President, Mr. Jaime Escobar Sr.
Present.
Board Secretary, Mrs. Yadira A. Barrera.
Here.
Board Member, Mrs. Mary Lou G. Cruz.
Here.
Board Member, Mr. Evie Garza Jr. Board Member, Mrs. Karina Mascorro.
Here.
Board Member, Mr. Raul P. Moreno Jr. And myself, Board President, Mr. Ricardo A. Perez, present. Let the record show we do have a quorum in attendance at this special call meeting. Agenda item number 2 are public comments. Presenter, District Superintendent, Mr. Carlos M. Gonzalez Jr.
Nobody signed up for public comment, Mr. Pettis.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. We'll go to agenda item number 3, consideration and possible action to select an architect for the Roma High School Football Stadium project. Presenter will be our district business manager, Mr. Pedro Alanis. Mr. Alanis?
Good afternoon, board members. We advertised for RFQs for architect services and received proposals from 7 very qualified architects. We formed a committee of 5 members, and analyzed and evaluated all proposals. Each committee member ranked the architects based on the firm and individual qualifications, their experience and on school projects, their capacity to perform work, references, their location, and financial stability. The top 3 architect firms were number 1, Alvarado Architects and Associates with 97.80 points, Rycott and Figueroa with 97 points, and Gignac and Associates with 96.2. We would like to recommend for the board to select the top 3 recommendations based on their qualifications.
We have to accept the 3?
The top 3 and based on there's the agenda item.
But the agenda item itself will be, the agenda item is to select an architect, so you're recommending number 1.
Yes, but based on, we need to negotiate with the architect.
Okay. Okay, so the negotiation process is still
Yes.
lacking,
pending
okay.
negotiation.
Got it.
So we're approving all 3, but based on the negotiation, you will go with whoever gives us the best
Yes.
offer.
Yes.
Okay.
So right now, we don't know what
No.
the best
That
offer.
will be the
That's not what the agenda says. Sir, sir, that's not what the agenda item reads.
Yes. The agenda item states, possible action to select an architect for the Roma High School football stadium project.
I understand that, sir, but the agenda item says consideration and possible action to select an architect, to select an architect.
Yes. But pending negotiations.
Well, that's not what it says. That's not what the agenda
The
says.
agenda item does not say,
The agenda item doesn't say that.
it just says to select an architect per se.
Because what we're doing, we're ranking them in order, right?
Yes.
And if let's just say, number 1, Alvarado Architects, and we're not getting a fair negotiation with their price, then we will go to the next one, right?
Yes.
I understand all of that. The agenda item says differently, though, so I need to know, based on what the agenda item says, and my colleagues here on the board can also comment on this. The agenda item says consideration and possible action to select an architect. It doesn't say pending negotiations.
That's how we usually do the agendas.
Yes, you've done we've done this before,
Yes.
giving
Okay.
you a choice of,
Well,
I think we did
So
that
can we
the last
reword
time.
the agenda itself? Just adding pending, we approve the architect.
You
Well,
can always-
I think the nomination, I think that the motion has to read that if that's the case.
And there's the motion.
The
motion
I
is in-
guess, make the motion pending, with those 3 pending, whoever gives us the best.
Not like this.
Yes,
Where-
Mrs.
where-
Barrera, you can do that.
Okay, so I see what he's saying that if we do the motion, it says here with the recommendations, with the 3 recommendations.
Yeah, I don't mean to be a stickler about things, but this is how the agenda
Yes,
reads.
yes, you are correct.
And then we would have to come back and approve the
No, they're already-
architect?
they're gonna be
The motion was,
pre-approved.
Okay.
If it's approved, the motion that way.
You can choose any of those 3 if it gets approved. So maybe just
Okay.
reword it?
Are you finished with your presentation,
Yes,
Mr. Lynch?
yes.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Hold on, before we make a motion, let's say, for example, this goes through and all that, will you come back and present to us and tell us,
Yes,
who the architect is?
yes,
and-
ma'am.
Okay, and the offer and everything, or what was negotiated, and, okay,
Okay.
all right.
Just a moment.
If you wanna go to executive session, we can go to executive session and discuss the item.
Okay, I think we will adjourn to executive session for just this particular item, and then we'll come back. It should not take us long. At this time, it is 12:11 PM, and we will be adjourning this regular meeting to go into executive session based on discussion of agenda item number 3, consideration and possible action to select an architect for the Roma High School football stadium project. And no action will be taken while we are in executive session. At this time, the board is now in executive session.
We need to get the little clippies for the purses.
It is 1:06 PM. And the board returns to the regular meeting from executive session. For the record, there was no action taken in executive session. For the record, Mr. Evie Garza Jr. is present at 1:05 PM. Okay, we will go to agenda item number 3, consideration and possible action to select an architect for the Roma High School football stadium project. Is there a motion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion based on consult with legal. I move to select Alvarado Architects and Associates as the top-ranked offerer for architectural services for the Roma High School football stadium project and authorize district administration to negotiate a contract for a fair and reasonable price. I further move that if negotiations fail, the district administration will then negotiate the second selected ranked architectural firm, Reich Ogden Figueroa Architects, to negotiate a contract for a fair and reasonable price. If negotiations fail with the top 2 selected architectural firms, then the district administration will then negotiate with the third-ranked architectural firm, Gignac and Associates, to negotiate for a fair and reasonable price. If negotiations fail with the top 3 selected ranked architectural firms, then the district administration will bring the item back to the board for review and further direction.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second it, sir.
Any further discussion? If none, there is a motion on the floor by trustee Barrera and seconded by trustee Cruz to approve agenda item number 3 as presented. All those in favor of the motion, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent. Motion carries. We'll go to agenda item number 4, consideration and possible action to approve the final closeout of the Roma High School band practice pad. Mr. Alanis?
Yes, sir, and with us is Ms. Luzca. She's from Gignac and Associates, and she's gonna be helping present on this item.
Okay.
We respectfully request approval of the final closeout of the Roma High School band practice pad. The date of substantial completion was December 20th, 2023. Some were needed to be corrected, and it was finally completed in February of 2024. We received the certificate of substantial completion on December 20, 2023. The project has a 1-year warranty from the date of substantial completion until December 20, 2024. It includes labor and materials. We need the approval to release the final retainage in the amount of $57,843.97.
7,847?
Sorry, yes, $57,843.97.
843.
Okay. Mr. Alanis, all concerns were met?
Yes, everything, it was completed properly, and we're happy with what they did.
Okay. All right, then. Any other questions for Mr. Alanis?
No, just a comment. It's a beautiful band pad.
We are very pleased,
Yes.
I think, with the work done at the band pad.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alanis. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the final closeout of the Roma High School band practice pad.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? If none, then there is a motion on the floor by trustee Cruz and seconded by trustee Mascorro to approve agenda item number 4 as presented. All of those in favor of the motion, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent. Motion carries. Agenda item number 5 is consideration and possible action regarding elementary music and arts education director. The presenter will be our district superintendent, Mr. Carlos M. Gonzalez Jr. Mr. Gonzalez?
Mr. Pettis and the board, I'd like to recommend Dina Laurel as the Elementary Music and Arts Education Director.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Are there any questions for Mr. Gonzalez? If not, Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Ms. Dina Laurel as an elementary music and arts education director as recommended by Mr. Gonzalez.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? If none, then there is a motion on the floor by trustee Mascorro and seconded by trustee Cruz to approve agenda item number 5 as presented. All those in favor of the motion, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent, motion carries. Agenda item number 6, employment and resignation of professionals and paraprofessionals. Mr. Gonzalez.
There's no resignations, right? Okay. I'd like to recommend the employment of professionals and/or paraprofessionals listed in board book.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for Mr. Gonzalez? If none, is there a motion?
I so move.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? If none, there is a motion on the floor by trustee Escobar and seconded by trustee Garza to approve agenda item number 6 as presented. All those in favor of the motion, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent, motion carries. Agenda item number 7, adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? If none, there is a motion on the floor by trustee Cruz and seconded by trustee Barrera to adjourn the special call meeting. All those in favor of the motion, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed, 1 absent, motion carries. It is now 1:12 p.m., and this special call meeting of the Roma Independent School District Board of Trustees held this Monday, April 8, 2024 is adjourned. We appreciate your attendance at this meeting and wish all of you a most enjoyable rest of the day and week. Good day.
Good day.
Thank you.
Going on. How is it outside?
¿Quién sabe? Ya pasó lo mero mero del
We didn't have any resignations.